Hello again. So it was pretty funny. I went to a park and I wanted to record this next video in the park, and I was kind of like chased by the lawnmowers. They're so noisy. So I went to like one corner of the park and the noise was too high. Then I moved to another corner and the other guy came. So it was pretty comical. So I went back to the car. So don't worry, I'm not driving. I just want to record this little session about what happened next for me. So as I realized that I was not happy and I was in pain, in distress, the next step was to actually, so it's pretty much you're becoming aware of something is not right, and then you are trusting your heart. You know, with whatever you did so far with your mind, it didn't work out, you're unhappy. So now you're learning how to trust your heart and to take you to that next step, what needs to be done to figure out what's going on in your life. And that was awareness. So the awareness that I'm not happy, and go next step and look into it. Why aren't you happy? So that brought me to my relationship with my now ex-husband, because as I examined everything else was fine. I was happy, like at work, people loved me, my patients loved me, I have a beautiful daughter, I have good friends, and everything else is good. But I was dreading coming home. I would kind of shrink to this tiny little raisin. And then I started digging in deeper. Why don't I like coming home? What's going on with my husband? And I realized I was in unhealthy relationship. We were triggering each other. We pretty much went through midlife crisis, both of us. I think first was my ex-husband. He was just very angry and upset all the time, and he would tell me he didn't want to live with me anymore, that he wanted a divorce. That was kind of prior to this soul awakening. But then me, knowing that we have a child together, I was trying to work things out. So I would say, come on, let's work it out. Maybe, we go to counseling, let's talk about this. And the conversations just never happened. He would just dismiss me and, say, you're stupid, we don't need this. And then I was desperately trying to save the marriage, thinking, what am I doing wrong? As a woman, as a wife, as a person, and just trying to fix things. So that kind of lasted a while, and then I went into my midlife crisis and my soul awakening ultimately. So then I started examining what's going on. And so what I discovered is that I was stuck in an emotionally abusive relationship where I perceived my ex-husband was the abuser and I was the victim. So I entered that phase when I was feeling very much a victim, and I couldn't understand why he's so mean to me. I was always walking on eggshells around him, I couldn't do anything in the kitchen. He was always upset that no matter what I did. He was angry, screaming at me, and he would tell me mean things that I wasn't pretty, I wasn't sexy. We didn't have any intimate relationship for several months. We were not attracted to each other. And anytime I would try to talk, he would shut me down. He'd say, no, I don't want to talk to you. Why? What are you trying to tell me? I have nothing to talk to you about. So like a cycle like this, it's like I was hitting my head on the wall and trying to figure out how to talk to him, and it just doesn't work. So what I realize now is that we're both wounded, and we were triggering each other's wounds. So anytime I would say, oh, but I'm doing this and this, can you please help me? He would then just ignore me and say, you're not doing anything. What are you complaining about? So it's like this, never-ending cycle, non-stop. So that brought me to realization that I was in a very, very unhealthy, toxic relationship. And then I started learning how to stand up for myself, which ultimately brought me to my next revelation, which was learning about boundaries, learning about self-love. And then as I dove deeper, why did I allow this kind of behavior towards myself, which took me to a huge breakthrough that set me off like nothing else. that took me to learning personal responsibility, which helps you to come out of the victim mode and you become fully empowered in then, you know, pursuing your next step of your self-healing. And that was huge, huge, huge. As I was searching for my answers when I was in pain, and, you know, when I was figuring out my relationship with my now ex-husband, two key people came into my life. One was my twin flame, or maybe my karmic twin flame. I'm still not sure how to call this special person, but clearly he was a key component of my healing. And another key person was spiritual teacher and mentor, Paul, and he found me on Instagram. Like a lot of my information and my miracle people, helpers, came through Instagram. So that's the amazing part about this social media. As I was looking for my answers, the answers started coming in forms of people. They would, I think, as we raise our vibration or awareness to a certain level, then it'll bring that the same level awareness and vibration people to try to help you to, you know, to figure out what's going on, to heal what needs to be healed, to purge what needs to purge. And so it kind of went like this. So this is just a quick overview that, you know, my pain pointed me to a very unhealthy relationship, and that as I dove deeper in the unhealthy relationship, I learned that I was stuck in a narcissist empath relationship pattern, and in which I was the empathetic person, giver, and then my ex-husband is a narcissistic type who was a taker. So I will kind of go more in detail in the next video about this. I hope you stay with me, because I'm just you don't even understand, like, to be able to go through all of this, to come out on the other side, to learn all these beautiful revelations about how powerful we truly are, how divine we are, to come out on that other side of the tunnel, you know, like, you know, when you go through the dark tunnel and then there you finally see the light, and you see that you can share this with others, being there and going through all of this, and now having it all in the palm of my hand. I just want to, it just gives me so much joy that I can share it with someone, even if I help one person, even if any of this resonates with one person, it will bring me so much joy that I can help that person to find their answers, to come out of the cycle. Because looking at 5 years back, I thought this was a nightmare. I thought, what did I do to deserve this? Because I'm a good person. Why am I going through so much pain through this relationship, and, like, you know, being verbally abused and this and that? And now coming out on the other side of it, and actually my pain became my gift. And the most beautiful part is that as I'm evolving, my ex-husband is evolving, and he's in such much better place than that he was. It's just a miracle, because pretty much what's happening, as I healed myself, I'm healing others around me. I'm elevating the vibration around me, and ultimately all the people who come, you know, into my life, they either also heal, level up, or they, if they cannot, you know, if they're not there yet in their consciousness, they will fade away, and that's okay. But the beauty of it is that once you heal yourself, and you're so empowered that you know how to heal yourself and how to live this life fully, you can impact another person's life. You can give them these gifts, and this is it. This is just beautiful. So I'm very, very blessed to be able to share this with you, and I hope you stay with me, because this is just what my heart is desiring right now, to become transparent, to share my life as it is. And so then you, if you see if I did it, you know you can do it too. Blessings on your healing journey. Bye.